Welcome back to the channel. I'm Aaron, and I know it's been a while, but I usually don't record anything unless I've got something. Uh, uh, Unless I really can't find information on a subject, I won't do a video. I don't know if you've realized this, but it's mostly hey, I solved a problem that I couldn't find any information on. So this is one of those videos. I don't know if anybody here uses Luna, but in case you do, it's actually a pretty nice piece of software. It is a basic Bones analog tracking DAW, essentially. I've tried to do major edits in it, but really it is limited. But it's a very powerful DAW, which in the things that it does do, like basic MIDI editing and DAW capabilities, I actually quite enjoy it. But for heavy MIDI editing and things like that, it is a real pain in the ass. Things as simple as splitting a waveform really gets daunting. But tracking and actually mixing in it is so musical and just it feels simple. Like it feels like mixing should be instead of, the sterile environment where, you're notching filters out. Like the EQs are really nice, the compression's really everything about this DAW is really, really well done. And that's just not because I put $1,000 plus into the UAD plugins. It's just nice to see that they're all seamlessly integrated into one pretty awesome digital audio workstation. Now, that being said, it crashes a lot for a lot of stupid reasons. So that's what we're covering today, is the fact that I had a broken session file. At least I thought I did. It turns out that I just had let's see, a lot of plugins like, say, XO by XLN is the one that I was using, and I hadn't installed the library, or I moved the library, something stupid. So that was the problem. That's why the session wouldn't load up. But we're going to go through what to do in case your session, in case one of your plugins is like completely broken. It's not working with the DAW. You've tried everything. This is going to be your last line of defense on not losing your session. So without further ado, let's do this thing, or whatever I used to say. All right, so we're going to load up the broken file here. I called it Final Boss because it was like the first preset that came up on one of the instrument plugins I was using. I was like, oh, that sounds nice. The music does not reflect the name. So it's going to load. It's going to try to load. It's going to eventually say, we can't find something, and then it's going to turn off or crash out or die, whatever. And after that, we're going to just assume all is lost and then go into recovery mode. There it is. We cannot find the thing, and it's enough to where we're just going to crash. Boom. So we've lost the song forever, or so we seem. Now, apparently in the Mac OS version, you can hit Shift and start up the program, and it'll give you a kind of a debug mode, like whether or not to turn off your plugin so you can, not lose your shit. We're going to create a new one. Now everything's empty. Got one track. We're going to come up here. We're going to import session. We found, yeah, so it still exists. None of these are going to load because the same plugin is the problem. So we're just going to load it up, and nothing's going to immediately load up over here. It's going to ask you, which of these things do you want? Now, what I ended up doing at first was just importing all, and it's going to overload the system, and it's going to crash. Well, it might not. I don't know. But we're going to just insert that there. It actually put this where it was supposed to be. That's a good sign. So we're going to do that for the rest of them. I don't know where my city gloom went. Oh, there it is. Okay. Instrument 3, new track. New track. I don't know what instrument 1 was, but we'll just keep on going through all of these until. And remember, I managed to isolate which plugin was the problem. So I know that all of these work, but we're going to skip over the drums because we know that's the problem. And we could essentially, I'm not sure how to deal with that problem yet, but we have all of these, and they're now all in the correct places, but they're all grayed out. Why are they grayed out? It's because we haven't imported all of these things. We have just have them, the structure, the bones there. So now it's going to tell us, we're going to say tempo and time signatures. Sure, that's an important one because the original tempo was at 90. Audio and track versions, make sure the right version. Replace, of course. Global tape and machine settings. Your track settings. That's the important one. That's where all of your I got a UA 176, a Pultec EQ, and an SSL strip on one of these channels, and I'm just blanking that out. So I'm going to import that, and it's going to take its time. Don't worry, it's gonna freeze for a bit. We can fast forward through this if I can figure out how to do that. All right, it's changed the BPM to 90. I have all of my things back. Updating mixer. See, all these are good signs. I didn't lose my stuff. Everything's cool. Not quite sure what kind of audio you're getting there. I don't think I've actually pumped through. But anyway, so we're going to go down here to the drums. And we're going to new track. That's going to put that right here. Now it's still blurred out. And what we could do from here, since we don't really want to track settings. So we're not going to do the track settings. We're going to import. Hopefully this doesn't backfire on me. And there it is. You have the MIDI. And this is also a nice time to point out. Make sure that you're rendering your tracks and not relying on your plugins to keep on magically working. Because I can tell you a lot of these just stop working randomly, and it's a pain in the ass. So yes, always commit to your files. I know. So from there, you can find either you can fix the plugin that was broken, or you can find a new sampler or rompler or whatever drums that you're going to do and do it from there. Point is, that is how to recover a session that you might have otherwise lost forever. Thanks for watching, and I will see you the next time that I figure something out.